Hello, happy SuperCoach launch day. How good is this? 3 hours to go. We've got so much carnage possibly on the way. But yeah, today's just going to be short and sharp. Really just looking to run through my team reveal. Obviously, a lot could change in a couple of hours, but I've pretty much landed on something. So I don't think there'll be too many surprises. So let's get into it. So this is the team, cool, clean slate. So unfortunately, I can't fit Messiah, Wangan and Miller in. Just pretty worried about his tags. I'm going Sinclair. He's going to be a lock for top four. I really just want to make sure I'm locking away at least one of these sort of three or four. Sinclair's the man. He's just taken all the kick-ins. I think the kick-ins here are actually where was it here? Kick-ins. I think he's going to have a huge year. Hey, look at this. 8 kick-ins, and he played on 8 out of 8 times. He's a lock. I think he could be D1, possibly. Sinclair, if he keeps it up like that. I still think the sire is going to be really good, but just seeing how effective that tag was, he's out now. But yeah, sort of skipping Whitfield at this stage. I still think he'll definitely come into the side, just don't know when. And I'm going Rosie, that's pretty obvious. And 11% ownership, I'm going Clark. I think he's been in some previous team reveals, but he hasn't really left. I just think will be a bit of a workhorse there, really. Being buy free, early buy free, that is. And a really good run as well. I think he's just a really good footballer for Freo. If they're going to win more games as well, he could be the one that yeah, might sort of increase on that 105 average as well. And also with Luke Ryan possibly sort of drifting off, yeah, that could actually create more opportunity for Clark. I think if we look at last year, Ryan took bulk kickouts. If he's dropped, where are all these kickouts going to go, right? It's going to go to Clark, right? And that's kind of what we saw. Clark's your man there for the kickouts. So I'm not too worried about him getting mid time or anything. Even if he does, I'm not. That hasn't scared me off the pick. I'm definitely locking in Clark. So that's how the defense is looking for the primos. But now we're going to get to the mid prices. I'm locking in Blackiston as well. It looks like Nick Bryan's updated on the injury report. 4 to 5 weeks away still. And yeah, we play tomorrow night, so I think we're going to get at least 5 games of Blackiston Sol Ruck, only in 18% of teams. I'm not too worried. Like he doesn't have to be like an English, right? A lot of his possessions are actually contested, right? He's not great at getting around the ground and marking like a Darcy Cameron or Tim English, but he's got the leap, and I think he's going to be really good there in the contested possessions as well. So if he can get 15 disposals a game, probably 10 of those I'd expect are going to be contested. And then hopefully he can get a couple of hit out to advantages as well. I know he's got a tough ruck matchup. I still think those contested possessions are going to help have a really good floor. I'm expecting about 80 to 85. That's sort of the minimum that we've seen from rucks last year. So Blackiston's a lock. The next one, I'm going with Windsor. I'm really interested to see where he's actually going to be named when teams come out in just a couple of hours, but I still think priced at 52 and 283,000. The game opening up more. He's a bit older now as well. Buy free. The risk is pretty low, and if I get this wrong, I can sort of pivot down to a missed rookie or something as well. Same goes for Blackiston, but I still think they've probably got some really good on field scoring options and pretty good roles, I think, as well. So I've gone pretty deep there. Doesn't really leave too much for the rookies. I'll probably go Jux on fields. Even with Dale back, he seemed solid. Definitely getting Sarong and definitely getting Lindsay. And if Lindsay's not named, well, that's probably the question mark we'll have to see. So, but feeling pretty confident with that. So that's my defense at the moment. Now we're going to get to the midfield. All right, so I'm definitely going Butters. Butters at M1. This one's been really messing with me a bit. All depended on if Young was going to play, but it sounds like he's trained really well today, just as of an hour ago. He's traveling with Frio as well. Yes, he might be laid out, but I think he'll probably just have managed minutes given that he's trained pretty well. So that's I had a completely different structure, but I really did not want to fade Dacos. So Dacos is in, which is awesome. Just don't have to worry about it. Really means that your first sort of upgrade target, it's going to be pretty clear. It's going to be Bonds, right? And then any other value options that come, maybe even the Dunkley after his buy as well. But let's see how he goes, or Anderson. But I'm going value, and I think there is a lot of value in Caleb Sarong. So he's on that thumbnail at the start of the video. He's only in 11% of teams. Chatting to FB Donkey about it as well. Would both really expect him to have a bounce back year. He got tagged a lot last year, but he's still going to get you your hundreds, right? Yeah, there were a couple of bad games here. Priced at 105, he's proven that he can start strong and finish strong as well. I mean, if he gets off to a run like this, after the first 10 weeks, he was averaging 130. I just think he's probably going to have a run like this to start again this year. I know he sort of dropped off, but he still was getting tons, and by far he's I think more damaging. That's why he got all the attention. Looking at this run here, he actually has a really good record against Geelong. His last three, all been a ton. But where I think he's ready or primed to explode, and he's still pretty young as well, mid-20s, is really going to be that Melbourne, Richmond, Adelaide. They could drop off this year as well. I'm not sure he'll get a Perryman tag, but definitely one to watch with Collingwood. But it will be the Adelaide Oval. I think that's pretty good for Sarong anyway. And then you got West Coast, Carlton. Yeah, a couple of hard games here, and then Essendon. So again, I think those first sort of 10 weeks, he could go massive at 571, and his early buy free as well. I really do like Walsh. I think Walsh has a good sort of 6 weeks. I think Sarong over the first 10 weeks is going to be better though. And price 571 without a buy. I can't really have Walsh and Dacos on the same buy. I think that's just too risky. So this really did struggle though for the next pick. I would have loved to have had Gordon again early buy. Would love to have had Walsh playing tonight, so that decision's pretty much made. He's been in and out of my team, Walsh, Gordon, but unfortunately they haven't made my team. I think they're very good picks. I'm actually going with LDU. So LDU is a bit more risky. Yes, I'm taking that sort of one extra risk there. I think the first three have all proved quite durable. Butters, Dacos, I think definitely going to be your sort of M3 top mids there for this year, no doubt. I think Sarong could definitely be a top 10 this year as well. LDU is a bit more of a risk at 526. He's only in 4% of teams, but I really like his. Look at this matchup. Look, hundreds everywhere. He gets over 100. He might get some attention from Drew, but you never know round one. He could actually have a very good game, and then he's got West Coast, which seems like it's actually been pretty poor recently. I just think that could change, right? This could be one where he might go 150, for instance, or 140, who knows. He's done it against Essendon. He could do it again. And it still gets easier. I mean, we all know what Cherry's ruck run looks like. Same goes for LDU, right? And in Carlton, which he hasn't really got a high score against Carlton, but I don't know, that could be easier this year as well. I think they might sort of drop off a bit. And then you got your Richmond there by round 6 as well. So really focusing on those sort of first 6 weeks. And if it fails, he's probably the first one that's going to be cut, right? If I miss out on someone like a McKercher who hasn't made it into my team, I can easily swing him over to flex. And that can, I'll be happy. If he doesn't play good in these first 3 weeks, going to be pretty clear that he's got to go to Goulden or Walsh once they're buy free. So that's my plan. I hope he's a keeper. I'm prepared if he's not. I'm willing to take that risk. But yeah, being buy free and the cheapest, it could just be a sideways trade if he does get onto a good run here as well. So LDU's made it only in 4% of teams. And now we're going to get to the mid prices. So yes, I'm going to take the risk on Young. Really like the idea of hedging my bet with those Freo boys there with a really good early first sort of 10 rounds. Even if Young starts slow, I don't think that's a fail pick. Even if he got, say, 50% time on ground this week and pumped out a 70, maybe people are going to jump off him at that price. Though I really want to look at it over those first sort of 10 weeks. If he can get that time on ground up, I think he's still going to, after 10 weeks, be a really good pick, and therefore you can upgrade him from there. So yeah, he's in. Parrish is in. Had such a strong preseason. No issues on his role. He's definitely going to be top 3 mid for Bombers, but there could be quite a few others rotating through. And then, yeah, so I don't really need to explain too much, but Braun is in as well. Fully prepared to get burnt on this as well. If that's the case, I guess we're going to see another, week? I think he's got the bye, doesn't he? So he plays Freo, and then let's see how they go against that. And then they got their bye. It's risky, but I thought of not starting him. But with that 91 already in there, plus another, it just looks like the roll's good. He looks pretty clean as well. I just think there's just a lot of value in that pick. No issues with sort of job security. So yeah, I picked him. So yeah, 51%. I think that's pretty obvious. And then we're going to go with Smith, Jager Smith. So I did make a tweet saying don't put your sort of Carlton or Richmond players in flex, just in case you need to make changes, because it's easier to sort of swing them around like LDU to flex, and then I might be able to change him to McKercher, right, who's a defender, or someone else, right? There could be another option as well. So yeah, I've seen a lot of teams with Jager at flex. I wouldn't. I just leave him on field here. Highly recommend that. But now this is where it gets really tricky. I can't fit Grill in. It's just too expensive. So Grill is out. I've got Sharp. So 3 debutants named for Bombers. Surprised it wasn't Farah. But yeah, I was pretty confident it was going to be Sharp. Probably going to play off the interchange, maybe like a half forward, but pushing up to the contest. Might even get a little bit, maybe 10% of mid rotations as well to get him that exposure. I think they're going to invest in him. He looks mature as well, so I think it'll be a really good bench option. So yeah, I've got Sharp, pretty obvious, 63%. A lot of people do. Blamiers is a lock. It sounds like his name to play. We just really, this could impact McKercher's role possibly, playing off halfback as well. Who knows? But you just got to take that risk at 99k. Even if he gets to 220, he's done his job, right? What if he's a 300k player and he's going to make us 200,000? So this kind of leads me now to the next option. Well, it's just been announced that Million Murdoch, I think only a couple of weeks has been on the list. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to go with him. He's in. I can't afford Grill. It's allowed me to sort of get LDU here. But if there's any sort of issues, I might drop LDU down to a McKercher at flex, so I can upgrade this spot here, because you'll see soon I'm not going to have a lot of cash left. But yeah, I'm going to go Murdoch. I think he's only 1% of teams. He could be a really good rookie for West Coast there as well. They need, yeah, they're in a bit of trouble, so they need him there. But let's have a look here. English has been locked in. I'm still risking it with McAndrew as well at R2. Again, we just really need to see him named round 1, and then if he's not named round 2, we've got a bit of during those early buys, we've got a bit of time to fix up the team. LDU again is my sort of insurance, or possibly one of these guys as well, maybe, is my insurance if I need to try and get a ruckman. I might move LDU to a ruckman once they buy free or something. Plus, we get a couple more weeks to see how they actually go as well. I'm not going to go Reedy. Reedy's not named. He's not going to be a very good loop option as well. And I looked at Zane, but um, very tempting. But with the news at the moment that the Geelong ruckman, oh geez, not even here, all pitting it. I tell you what, if I wanted an R2, I would have gone pitting it. There's only in 2% of teams. Priced at what is he priced at? I don't think he's priced at 83. Let's say it's 4.7 divided by the magic number 5,500. He's priced at like 74. I think he's going to average about a 95. So maybe the magic number might drop to 5,200. If you can get about 10 games in, I reckon he'll get up to about 494. He's not going to kick 3 goals every game. Yes, I agree, but they've already dropped Reedy, right? I don't think the risk of Reedy being ahead of Peter and Net is going to happen. He would be my R2 and still might be after that early buy. Right, he's already got 108 in the system. If he has another good game tonight against Nate, which is actually possible, LDU to Peter and Net at flex could be an option, particularly if McAndrew gets dropped as well. So just keep an eye on that. But yeah, I'm going Mitch Edwards. Oh, he's only in 1% of teams. Geelong need a ruck, right? I think he's 206 or 208 centimeters. I've been waiting for Conway to come in, but he just keeps getting injured. It sounds like they're going to have to try something, right, for the ruck. Let's see how Edwards goes. I've also put a tweet out, if you play draft, he could be a really good option to pick up off the waivers. He was available in all my leagues as well. So that's how the ruck's looking at the moment. Even McAndrew gets dropped and Edwards is playing. That would just be a blessing in disguise. You just swap them over, and also will provide. They're all sort of spread out with their buys, so it could be some good buy cover as well. No idea what to expect. It's really just, is he playing or is he going to get dropped? I think they've got to give him a go. So let's see. So that's the rucks. Definitely sticking to the McAndrew R2. As for forwards, I'm locking away Sheasel. I'm actually going to go Flounders, Filippo, but I tell you who I'm going for here. It's actually going to be Digoe. Oh, he's in 14%. Okay. He's already got a 90 in his system. And I think, he'll build his fitness a bit more as well. But I think he's still going to get pretty decent CBAs. Just having a look here, what was his CBAs for that opening round? Was it what we expected? Was there any issues? Dacos, Perryman. Okay, it's pretty low, 29%. I think that's because Perryman was tagging. I kind of expected Long and Dacos. I'm surprised we didn't see Josh Dacos more. But yeah, the 29. Okay, so it is a bit lower than expected. Maybe that is a bit of a worry. Have we got any sort of heat map here? What's the heat map? Is this it here? Heat map. Here we go. Pretty good heat map. Round 0, 2026. It's all in the middle. So yeah, I think he got a goal as well. Well, I'm happy with that. Even if he didn't get all the CBAs, I think he's pushing up with the contests, and that could change as well because of Perryman tagging Messiah as well, getting such high amounts there. So yeah, look, the goal is in at 321. It's proven that he can go at his price at 59. I'm expecting an 83 to 85 minimum. He could even go 90 average. He's not going to be a lock to be a top forward, but yeah, he's only in 14% of teams. It's a risky one. He could get injured. I don't think he's ever played a full season, but really just need him hopefully to get through the first 10 weeks. And he's had a pretty good first preseason as well, unlike last year as well. So yeah, so he's in, and then the rest are pretty obvious. I'm actually going Buderick. 30%. Thought would be a bit higher. 105 already in there. Definitely playing down back. Did he take any kickouts, I wonder? Let's have a look here. I don't think he did. And Dale played, which was good to see. I know Dale was a bit, oh, look at that. He took all the kickouts. Played on from 7 out of 8 times. He took more kickouts than Dale. So I've seen enough. That's, even if it's 50-50 kickouts going forward, there's trust there. He could be a very good option there for us. So he's a lock. I'm surprised he's only in 30% of teams, to be honest. That should be a lot more. All right, so he's on field. Dev Robinson, I'm expecting to be named. Should get some midfield, but just keep an eye on Kelly coming back. Possibly Graham. He might be a week away as well. And then you got your Harley, Reid, McCarthy. So yeah, he might not be as good as some people are expecting. In the preseason, he played, I think he got that 85 or 90 and, had high disposals, high CBAs. I'm not expecting that. I still think he'll be a really good on-field option. And then definitely Lombard, absolute lock. 69, I thought might do a little bit better, but that's going to be fine. And Marshall. Well, given Marshall, it's going to be playing down back. He's by free as well. This is a really tough spot to fill. I really like the look of Doveston as well, and I had sort of played around with not, maybe dropping De Goey and having an extra rookie there, but I just think De Goey is going to be a better on-field scorer than Doveston, Lombard, possibly Robertson or Marshall. I really want to rotate that F6 between these guys. So, I'm annoyed that I've missed out on one. I definitely would have gone Doveston or Huss as well from Essendon at 113,000. He's been in and out of my team, but I just think he's going to be more secure. I hope so anyway. He could get dropped after a couple of weeks, but who knows? I hope that sort of takes off and he gets us to about 350. Who knows? So that's how the forward's looking. This leaves me with 525,000. So with flex, I'm going Petrarca. Absolute lock. He's going to be a forward lock. No issues. They've got a really good run. Everyone here I'm targeting has a good run. Look at these mids here. Clark and Rosie as well. And then obviously your forwards everyone sort of got. But yeah, Petrarca, he's already got that massive score. It's annoying he's done that now. I wish he had have got like a 110 and then got the big score this week against West Coast, but now everyone's sort of jumped on. So I think that's going to be pretty obvious now. 73%, wow. But unfortunately, Grill, I've missed out. I'm sure he's going to be a great pick. My concern with Grill was in the practice game, they have Banks. I think they're going to go through Banks a lot. And Short as well. So he could be the third sort of half backer. It's not like everything's just going to go through Grill. But, if he gets 20, 25 disposals a game, I think that's going to be really good. He's going to be a great pick. But if he only gets about 15 to 20 disposals a game, that's where he might not make as much as everyone's sort of expecting. So I do think he's a great option, but yeah, Grill has not made it into my team. He has in and out, but he's not going to be in that final team. So it leaves me with 3,000. But really, let's check this. Sharp, probably go Sarong. Definitely go Edwards, and yeah, let's go Marshall as well. So that's how it's looking. But remember, I'm probably going to do this. Petrarca in the mids, LDU, just because he's my biggest sort of, I guess, variable there. If I need to make an adjustment for someone, I can trade him down to McKercher, for instance, who I think will probably be a good pick, but we just don't even know where he's only 19%. This is where he could be such a good pod, an average 105, and set your season up. So, if I do that, then I'm going to get 80k. Suddenly I can afford Grill. All right, and I've got 7,500 left. So that's a pretty good backup. Or I could go Carroll. I think Carroll would be a good bench rookie as well, but it might not be huge. He's already got a 54, and that leaves sort of 59,000. So yeah, that's a sort of backup at the moment, and then possibly even this. I could go pit in it, right, and play it like this, but I can't make that decision because he plays tonight. So yeah, I've got to lock him out. Unfortunately, he hasn't made the team, and then figure out what I will do with that 100,000. And this is where if I went Walsh, let's go by highest. This was sort of what I was playing around with before. A Walsh, and then if Young wasn't fit, well then I had 574. There's my Goulden, for instance, or LDU. All right, so I could have done something like that. I did sort of land on that sort of team, and then I could have gone back here and got rid of Pitonet and put in McKercher. So there were a few options. I don't want to sort of confuse myself or use, but yeah, 6,200. That was another option I was sort of leaning towards. But I think I'm just going to lock in away Dacos. Let's go back here. I think it's saved. Yep, there we go. So I've got Dacos. So 1, 2, 3 primos, locks, I think, for top sort of 6 or top 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then possibly 11. So I'm going with sort of 11 primos. I'm not counting Young, Parrish, or any of these guys as keepers, or even De Goey. That other structure I had, if you count McKercher as a keeper, and you get your Walsh and LDU here, yeah, that might have pushed up to say 12 primos, but it's much more value. So it would be interesting to see how that plays out. But the main reason I can't really go Dacos and Walsh, just because I've got the same buy, obviously. If these 3 miss out, I've got hopefully 3 that will cover on the bench. And I'm definitely going to have forward cover for De Goey. So really just missing Dacos, De Goey, maybe Smith as well as your good scorers. It's pretty much a full strength team. And in round 2, really just missing the rookie. Hopefully Lindsay plays. Petrarca, everyone's going to have. Again, 3 rookies. Hopefully Edwards is still playing, right, by round 3. That would be really good cover for English. You get 2 rookie rucks, and then Buderick for Marshall. So cover, like full team here, right? If you count, what's the expected score, right? Best 18. Who do you expect to be in the best 18? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, right? And then you've got Robertson, Marshall, Edwards, any of these rookies, plus another rookie as well. So I think there's some really good scores possible on those buys. And then round 4, yeah, I mean, I could probably afford Whitfield, but I think that would be too much. I really like the idea of having at least one, even though they're out. Yeah, I think that's easy to cover as well. You got these 2 on for them, and you can loop a rookie here in pretty full strength there as well. So yeah, that Finn Callahan would have been awesome because that would have been the easier buy to cover in the mids. But again, I might trade LDU to someone else, Gordon or Walsh or someone if needed. So that's what the team's looking like. Let's see what changes. We've only got another sort of 2 hours until teams drop, but that's it. So let me know what your thoughts are, and good luck, everyone. This is the hardest part, but once we get through this, then the decisions are pretty easy after that. Well, relatively, you've only got 2 decisions to make, in being the 2 or whether you boost, I guess, or maybe 3 decisions. Because once you pick your structure, you're kind of stuck with that as well. So I think this is what I'm going for. There's quite a lot of value, but I'm also locking away quite a few keepers. I think most people end up with about 6 to 7 keepers or players that they started with. If I can get that up to say 8 or 9, I think I'm going to be ahead of previous years by getting a lot of these guns and trying to get durable players as well. These 3 have been pretty durable, and then taking a risk on the mid prices. Hopefully English is good as well. I think so. But yeah, that's what the team's looking like. So let's see what happens. Good luck, everyone. Chat to you soon. All right. Bye.